Hello and welcome to Realtor Rentals. I'm Susie Rogers, along with my husband David Williams, and we're the owners of Northside Video here in McMinnville, Tennessee. Good to see you back. We're happy to be here. Summer's getting on us, and I tell you what, I about can't take this heat anymore. I'm just not a heat girl. I'd rather it be cool any day as hot, but we've got a lot of good hot summer movies and a lot of older movies. And Dave, you're going to tell us what we're going to watch?
Well, you know something, this has been a great summer of people coming in and looking for that older film. Hey, I wanted my kids to see something that I used to watch. You know, we've heard that from I don't know how many moms on Dirty Dancing and 16 Candles, and it seems like though the younger girls come back in with mom and they're just as excited about watching it as mom was.
Right, you know, and we're even doing a section at the video now where we're highlighting, you and I both pick movies, and we're highlighting older movies that you maybe don't see on cable every day anymore. Some that we've enjoyed in the past, Blazing Saddles, Porky, some of the stuff that, you know, you wouldn't get in normal rotation on cable.
Right, and, you know, we're sort of having a little bit of a competition for those who rent on to see which one, between me and Susie, which one will have the most picks from that category.
Right, because we're not telling the customer who picked what up on the section. Right. But we're going to keep up with them, and then when whomever gets the most movie rentals, the person who voted for you the most or me the most will get a couple free movie rentals. Yep,
so it'll be something new that we're looking at doing. But come in there, check out the older stuff. That's like, you know, that people watch a lot of TV Land and stuff here on BLTV. You know, sometimes it's nice to go back and reminisce on things.
Well, when we watched Wild America, it made us think about Secondhand Lines. And that's going to be in my rotation to watch after we close the video one night is Secondhand Lines again.
So you still like that airplane thing, don't you?
I do like that airplane thing. That's what got me hooked.
And, you know, sometimes we're just highlighting some actors in some of these too. But, you know, this show right here is a little different, little heavier movies until we get close to the end.
It is, and then it gets to something that touches both of our hearts.
That's right, but I think we even threw him a birthday party last year.
We did throw him a birthday party last year.
But this one here, these are a little different.
These are a little different. The first trailer we're going to take a look at today is for a movie called Inheritance.
I'm sorry for your loss, Lauren.
Dad was proud of you.
This game, like life, requires forethought.
I know how to play the game.
Your father left this for you, and you alone.
Lauren, we have all made mistakes. This was mine. The answer lies buried near your fort. The truth must stay buried. Forgive me.
Who are you?
My name's Morgan Warner. It's my life after all these years.
What do you mean, years?
Your dad left me to you. That's quite the inheritance.
Is everything okay?
Morgan Warner, ring a bell?
We met so many people.
A lawyer, a banker, and a politician. Quite the family. Does any daughter really know her father? He was a bad husband.
You're lying.
And a worse father. Are you a good person, Lauren? Let me go. That's what a good person would do.
What was my dad hiding?
Nothing that can harm you.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
It must have been hard. Trying to please him, rebel against him at the same time.
No more games. What happened between you and my dad?
You will know the truth.
This family can't afford to make the slightest mistake.
You and Dad were lying to me. You said...
Stop asking questions you don't want answers to.
Family comes first.
Why do you have any of this?
This is my inheritance! This is not my responsibility. I didn't ask for this.
I want my freedom, Lauren.
That was a trailer for Inheritance, rated R, from Vertical Features Films. This stars Lily Collins, which is Phil Collins' daughter, as Lauren Monroe and Simon Pegg as Morgan Warner. And you know, I'm gonna say something about Simon Pegg. He's almost like Tom Hanks. He can do anything. He can be funny one minute and he can be in a serious role the next, and you just never know how he's gonna turn up. But also in this movie, we have Connie Nielsen, and she's also a very talented actress, starring as Catherine Monroe, Lauren's mother.
You know, we have seen Lily Collins play several roles. This one here is probably one of the heavier roles and more serious things that I've seen her do. And Simon Pegg plays a very sinister role in this, as they've seen in the preview. Of course, then whenever you get Mama involved, all of a sudden things get a whole lot hairier, you know, and this is normally not the way that you want to place your dad to rest, is finding out about the Simon Pegg character.
Right. You know, and we first watched this movie when we first started, I really thought it was going to be a horror movie, and that's really not my type of movie, but it really is not a horror movie. You find out it's more of a suspense mystery movie or thriller.
Yeah, there's definitely some thrills in there, because once everything starts to unravel and you start to get the true points of the story, which we have a hard time being able to get too deep into it, or we'll give stuff away on this one, it gets very sinister.
Yeah.
And it's one of them that, you know, yeah, this may not have had the biggest budget, didn't have the big, but the acting is superb in it. You know, the actors took the script and made it theirs. You know, they dug into the roles, they became the characters. And, you know, sometimes that's just real hard to deal with, on seeing people get in that transformation. You know, they said Heath Ledger did that when he got into the Joker.
Yeah, I was just thinking that when you said that.
You know, and somebody else said, I forget who it was, they said during the whole time they're filming on a day's film, that person to be in character. I want to say it was Robin Williams when he did Miss Doubtfire. It was that way all day, and then all of a sudden you could just flip the switch, and he wasn't. These characters remind you of that, on how intense, how dedicated they are to their acting profession here.
Right, and they're at rows.
You know, so this one here, good suspense, good twists, some good turns in it. It's not for that young audience, but the young adults and adults will very much enjoy this movie.
I think so too, and I think, well, like I told you earlier, this sort of in a generic way reminded me of the Halle Berry film, The Call. And that's another movie people have not seen, they may want to take a look at, but it's got that same grit and
twist and
women
turns.
working together. Not a mother and daughter, but two women working together against evil.
Almost a little bit like Prisoners too.
Yeah. Okay, well that was Inheritance. The next trailer we're going to take a look at is Burden.
The weapons that we use to fight fear, they're not brutality, they're not wrath, they're not hate. They are and will always be love. We're in the midst of an epidemic right here in Lawrence.
Done a lot of bad things in my life. Things I now regret.
If you truly want to leave the clan, then your first step is admitting what you've done.
He needs to go back to where he belongs.
Some of these people are my family.
Look where it got you.
Can't get rid of hate unless you replace it with something else. They got no food. They living out of the car.
Am I understanding that you would like a room for that man? You know who that man is?
I know him as a brother in Christ.
And do it, Reverend.
So what you gonna do?
I've been praying for some kind of sign. If this ain't a sign, then I don't know what is.
How did you let that man in this house?
You
you out of order, Klansman.
I ain't no Klansman no more.
You don't lead a clan, Daddy. It's in you.
We ain't ever gonna stop.
They may set crosses burning in the middle of the night, but we will fill the night with a different kind of fire.
Hope maybe one day y'all can forgive me. Hope God can forgive me.
That was a trailer for Burden, rated R, from 101 Studios. This stars Andrea Riseborough as Judy, Garrett Hedlund as Mike Burden, and Forrest Whitaker as Reverend Kennedy. This is a relevant, very relevant movie for this time period in our life.
Well, you know, we've had several movies that has come out in the last year that deals with either racism from the past, like Selma, and then, you know, you go back on Malcolm X and things. This one here brings it more to into the 80s. You know, we had a couple different ones of those, but you know, the Forrest Whitaker character in there playing a reverend, all of a sudden realizes, even though this young man may have had this past that was not pleasant by no means, because he was active in the Klan, but as he starts to leave it, he realizes real quick, I can't just leave.
No, it's almost like being in the mafia. You just don't walk away.
No. And yet, it showed too due to the Forrest Whitaker character trying to help this young man to get out of this situation, this young man has nowhere to go.
No, and it puts Forrest Whitaker in the position of he could be in fear for his own life, but he's not, because he believes the Lord will take care of him, and he's doing what we all ought to do as human beings, and that's help our fellow human any way we can.
Right. Well, you know, if they caught it in the part of the preview, whenever the one guy's talking to him and he says, Reverend, do you know who this man is? And he says, he's a brother in Christ. That's where it should fall in. This movie is definitely gritty. It's hard-hitting. It's part of the times right now that I thought a lot of America was over, that has brought back up now. It's, you know, it's R-rated for language, racial slurs, you know, and just a part of history there's still pockets of it floating out there that maybe we can continue to work towards a betterment instead of working against each other, but let's put everybody into a better spot.
And, you know, maybe pay attention to Forrest Whitaker's role in this, and that might help people of all nationalities get over that hump, the way he handles himself.
That's it.
All right, that was movie The Burden. The next one we'll take a look at the trailer for Force of Nature.
We're evacuating the building.
Oh, thank God, I need your help.
I'm staying here, I'm not leaving.
It's a Category 5 hurricane going on outside. You forgot about that.
Think it's a 5 already?
There is a storm right now, 160 miles per hour.
To perhaps devastate Puerto Rico.
Your dad doesn't want to leave. I can't force him.
Help me get him out of this building.
Policía! Take it easy. Take it easy.
Let's go! Let's go! Come here.
Watch it, sweetheart. Where are they?
He's part of a crew. He does high-end heist jobs. I got a buddy downtown. He's been chasing these clowns for a month.
I'm a cop, too.
What do you think these guys want?
I might have a pretty good idea.
$55 million. It's here in this building.
That's blood money.
If we're gonna stand any kind of chance, we need all the firepower we can get.
Stand flat.
We'll go floor by floor until we find them.
They're gonna hunt us down.
in the eye of the storm.
If you're trying to make an impression, now's the time.
I'll shoot you in the head.
I'm not going out that way. Remember, shoot to kill, kid.
Hey, nice work, kid.
That was the trailer for Force of Nature, rated R, from Lionsgate Video. This stars Mel Gibson as Ray, Kate Bosworth as Troy, and Emil Hirsch as Cordelio. Another hard-hitting action movie for Mel Gibson. Good, solid. I really enjoyed it.
Well, you enjoy anything Mel's in.
Well, I do. So,
but this one here reminded you a little bit of the Hurricane Heist.
Mhm.
You know,
not the comedy that Hurricane Heist had.
no, this one here, you know, Gibson's here. Hey, there's a hurricane coming in, but the secret that evolves into what's in the basement is a whole different outlook. And needless to say, the people that's wanting it's not going down easy, and they don't care who they got to take care of to get there. And you know, unfortunately, all of a sudden these two younger officers get involved if they wanted to or not.
That's true. And Kate Bosworth plays Mel Gibson's daughter in this movie. So I think she gets tangled up even though he don't want her to. Well, I know she does.
Right.
But you know, this movie's took some flack because of the violence when it first came out. Because of the violence and the gunplay. But these guys are police officers.
They're police officers, and these are bad guys wanting to do harm to people. You know, unfortunately, sometimes these officers get put in these positions. You know, they're not like poor old Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam that they've just cut off of TV now.
I know. I'm still upset about that.
You know, the Looney Tunes was just part of everything. You know, growing up, poor old Wile E. Coyote chasing that coyote, or the coyote chasing the roadrunner. I mean, Wile E. there. Hey, it may have been both ways sometimes. But Force of Nature, very good movie. We'll have to talk about the Looney Tunes another time.
We will. I love the Looney Tunes. I have a soft spot in my heart for the Looney Tunes. But I got a real soft spot for this next movie. In case y'all haven't picked up on it through the last several years, Dave and I have a very big soft spot for a special animated dog. So let's take a look at the trailer for Scoob. That was a trailer for Scoob, PG from Warner Brothers. This is the first time, well, let me go with that later. Let me tell you who's in it. We've got Will Fort as Shaggy Rogers, my cousin, I just want to let y'all know. Frank Welker as Scooby. Mark Wahlberg as the Blue Falcon. Jason Isaac as Dick Dastardly. Gina Rodriguez as Velma Dinkley, Zac Efron as Fred Jones, and Amanda Seyfried as Daphne Blake. But Scooby-Doo means a lot to me and Dave for our own personal reasons. And the little kids that come in, he's been on TV for 30, 40, 50 years now. We celebrated his 50th birthday last year, and they still get excited over Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah. You know, we got some of them that any animated thing, they'll come in and pick it up, and oh, Scooby, 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 you know. Of course, this one here was on its way to the big screen. And like you brought into play, getting ready, in our personal opinion, now it may not be Hollywood's, to set up the Hanna-Barbera universe through Warner Brothers. Because Hanna-Barbera has a number of characters. They had Space Ghost,
Johnny
Quest.
Well, they also had the Flintstones, the Jetsons.
Right, you know, just a variety of different people in different
Grape
times.
8, Blue 8.
Yeah, Grape 8. You know, some of these got sold to different movie studios, but I believe that Warner Brothers is trying to pull everything back once they got control of Hanna-Barbera. We'll see how that goes. But Scoob, it sort of introduces you to how Shaggy met him. And how that attraction to food seems to work, which unfortunately I have that attraction to food, so.
Yeah, we both do.
You know, how the Scooby snacks worked into it. And then how the rest of the team got together as a bunch of young people that sort of stumbled into this whole mystery solving machine. Of course, I know that here in McMinnville there's a van running around that's painted up like the mystery machine.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I seen it over in the Northgate Shopping Center.
What if
there
they'd be
the other
willing to
day.
sell it?
Oh no. But you know, this movie right here, it's live animation, but a little different twist to it. It's a truly animated film, but it's more lifelike, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, this is the first Scooby full-length live animated film they've ever done.
You know.
That Warner's ever done. So, but a lot of people were a little upset. They changed the voices, and the people who did them in past movies were upset that they didn't ask them back. But I just wonder, they've cast Zac Efron as Freddy and Amanda Seyfried as Daphne. You know, they both sing. Are we looking at a musical Scooby-Doo down the road?
I don't know. We had that puppet one that even the kids didn't get right in on the
they
puppet
don't like that, but
Scooby-Doo.
I thought maybe they're going to do some singing in one.
Right. But you know, they had good people that played him in the other two live action movies, so just a little different, this one, but I know it's been very widely anticipated. We're sure glad to be having it on DVD, Blu-ray. I'm sure Ben Lomond at home theater here, so I believe that for those, you get you a big bucket of popcorn in honor of Scooby and Shaggy. Maybe even a sub sandwich or two. Of course, Dr. Pepper, Sundrop.
Yeah.
And get ready to have you an enjoyable, about hour and a half, fun-filled evening.
That's right.
With Scooby-Doo. You know, Samson's lucky he didn't get named Scooby-Doo.
Well, we talked about Scooby-Doo.
But anyway, let's have a good rest of the evening. Let's hope that everybody can enjoy and see us back here.
That's right. So we hope to see everybody next week again on Reels to Rentals.